Welcome back to Dave Sean's YouTube channel. What's up? It's about to be good today, man. We got some really good information that we're going to go over today. And I believe all this information is going to help you guys out greatly. This YouTube channel is more of like a personal development, spiritual awareness, higher consciousness, and just helping others get a higher perception so they can live a better life and they can feel better in their body. Because what I figured out is when I don't feel good in my body, it's because of the thoughts that I'm thinking. And the thoughts that I'm thinking, they're causing dis-ease in my mind, and it usually causes dis-ease in my body. And so one of the things that I that I stumbled upon, and what I started to realize is I know there's a mind-body connection, and you've heard people talk about this mind-body connection before, but this mind-body connection is something with your thoughts. And so, personal experience, I'm not sure if other people have experienced this, but I've attuned myself to this point to where most of the time I'm thinking positive thoughts. I'm thinking constructive thoughts. I'm thinking thoughts that are solution-oriented and things like that. Always trying to live a life of happiness and joy. And it's funny that it comes down to that, but like we only can live right now. And right now, if I'm not happy, what else matters? Nothing else matters if I'm not happy right now and if I don't feel good. So it's like, that's it. Like I want others to understand that the most important thing is that you feel good right now. And most of the time, the things that don't make you feel good right now, the thoughts that you're thinking and the perceptions that you're having about the people around you and the world that you live in. And I love this quote because this is a quote by Albert Einstein. He said the most important question to ask is this universe a good universe or is this universe a bad universe? Is this universe looking out for me? Is this universe against me? And he said that because he knew the power of perception and the power of perception. So if you think this world is a bad world, then mostly in your personal reality, you're only going to have bad experiences or experiences that you don't want, and you're going to push against those experiences. And when you push against those experiences, you cause those experiences to continue to keep going. It's just like a snowball effect. So it's a big point of the most important thing is to know that things are not happening to you. Things are happening because of you. And it's your perception and your reality, and it's your thoughts that are actually causing these experiences and things like that to happen. I love this new thing that I've been hearing, and it's about living on different timelines because I'm understanding it more, and it makes a lot of sense to me that we're all living on different timelines because we're experiencing these different realities, and depending on the timeline that you're on, that's what you're going to be experiencing. And so all of us are, if you will, are on a totally different timeline. And that sounds kind of weird. And I'm understanding it more. And maybe on the next video, I'll be able to explain it to you more and dive into more detail about it. But the thing is, we're all in this world and we're all experiencing different things. And the reason we're experiencing different things because we think different thoughts and we all have our own perception. And so it's like, I think the biggest thing is that we all want to live a happy life. We want to live a life of love and a life of joy. But some people don't know that. Some people don't know that. Some people don't know they want to live a happy life. They think that if outer circumstances change and things like that, then they will start to change and they'll feel better. But it doesn't work like that because it's always an inward process. You start changing inside, and then the outer circumstances start to evolve. So I want to give this example of my personal life experience. So on this path that I'm on, I like to call it a personal development path or spiritual awareness path, or just really just coming to me and understanding what I want and what feels good to me and what's really important to me, and just being on my own path and not letting others' thoughts and things like that dictate the life that I'm living, because we all want freedom. That's the basis of it. I've come to the conclusion that we all just want freedom, and we are free. We're so free that we can actually choose bondage, and that's a quote from my guy, from Abraham Hicks. And we're so free that we can choose bondage, and we can choose bondage by thinking these thoughts that make us feel like we're still stuck in the same rut. Like tomorrow doesn't have to be like today. Every day is a new day. How can you internalize that? Like you have to start believing that. You have to start knowing that. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, bro, it's crazy, bro. When we wake up, it's literally a new day. Wow, that's crazy. We can literally feel a different type of way. Wow, that's crazy. We can do that. But we have a powerful mind. We have a really powerful mind. And this mind is able to pull things from yesterday, pull things from 2 months ago, pull things from years ago, and bring it back into this now experience. And it usually taints this now experience. Or your mind can actually go back and pull positive thoughts of love, thoughts of when you were feeling your highest emotion. They can pull those thoughts. Your mind can pull those thoughts into this now moment, and you can elevate your vibration. You can elevate how you feel. And when you elevate how you feel, you start to perceive the world in a different way. And I like to call that you're tuning yourself. You're getting yourself on the right frequency. So when you're feeling these emotions of love, appreciation, joy, and things like that, these are all real powerful words, really powerful words. And I didn't understand the power of these words until I started to tune into myself. Because it's funny, as I was growing up, I would hear these words all the time: love, power, love and joy, and things like that. But they didn't mean anything because I wasn't tapped in and tuned in and feeling what this really was. I thought they were just words. But now my day-to-day experience is like, I love to say I love my life. I love the person that I am, and I appreciate the person that I am, and I appreciate people around me. And it makes me feel better. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel light. It makes me feel amazing. And it's so funny. So I'm going to tell you this little thing. So one of my favorite teachers is Abraham Hicks. And it's Abraham Hicks, it's a channel, if you will. So it's a lady. Her name is Esther Hicks. And she's being channeled by this. It's not really her speaking. You have to really look into it more to understand what I'm talking about. But it's on YouTube. Abraham Hicks is the name of it. And so check it out. It's really if you really want to, if you feel inclined to, I would check it out. But she has these rampages of appreciation, a rampage of love, a rampage of happiness, and things like that. And what it is a culmination of a lot of words. I mean, it's a combination of you saying a lot of words that allow you to focus on this now moment and allow you to be in this now moment. And you're using all these words to help yourself elevate your vibration, so you can get a different perception about the things around you. And so it's funny. So I was actually riding my bike to the store today, and on my way to the store, I was inclined to do that, and I just started going with it. I was like, I love this bike ride right now. I really appreciate the person that I am. I really appreciate the world that I live in. I really appreciate the positive thoughts. I love being me. I love being here right now. I love knowing what I know. I love just feeling good right now. I have so much appreciation. I'm glad that things are working out for me. I know things are working out for me. And even when even when I can't perceive and my vibration is low, I know things are still working out for me, because it's just I'm on my path, and I'm on my path of evolution, and things are going to continue to work out for me because it's working out for everybody. Like, I feel good. I'm alive. I'm blessed. Like, what's up, dude? Like, what else can I ask for? And so, and that's just a little segment of it, but it's just like using all these powerful emotional words to raise your vibration and raise your thoughts. But so this is the thing right here. This is a big part right here. You got to get to this point where this is your highest priority, because I'm reading this book right now, The 4 Agreements, and it's a fantastic book. It's been around for a little bit now. I can't remember the name of the author, but he talks about, he's like, the drama of our life is because of what we believe. The drama of our life is because of what we believe. And because of that, that's where it comes from. So sometimes you can't even think these type of thoughts of you believe in drama, and if you believe in dysfunction, and you believe in just all those things that just all the drama of life. And it's funny because we don't have to live in that place. We don't have to dwell in those areas. We're really free to choose. And it's like, what makes you want to choose these higher emotions? It's like, for me, I just felt what it felt like not to feel good, and what it felt like not to be me, and what it felt like not to like my body and not to feel good, and what it felt like to not think positive thoughts and things like that. Because I didn't know what positive thoughts were. What are positive thoughts? I don't know, dude. What does that even mean? When I'm growing up, I'm like, what does that even mean? What is positive? Like, you know what I mean? I'm surrounded by a lot of turmoil and dysfunction and things like that. So it's hard to kind of choose a thought, though. But it's like, you got to get to that place where you want to prioritize the way that you feel. And when you want to prioritize the way that you feel, you start prioritizing your thoughts. And when you start prioritizing your thoughts, you start to prioritize the words that you speak. And when you start to speak different words to yourself and speak different words to people, your life starts to change. This outer circumstances start to change. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm not saying it starts tomorrow. I'm not talking about it starts next week. But I'm saying if you consistently on a day-to-day basis start to pay attention to the words that you're speaking. I would definitely pick up a good book or get a mentor or a coach or somebody that can actually help you through this process. Or, I mean, for me, getting on YouTube and just finding information that actually resonated with me, that was something that was really important for me. That's what it is. It's like on a day-to-day basis, it's like you can't, if you really want it that bad, it's like you can't go back. It's like once you get on that path, you can't go back though. It's like, okay, dang, that felt really good. That felt really good. And you start to not want to dwell in those lower emotions or lower thoughts and things like that. And they continue to happen. It still happens, but it's cool because when for me, I have this feeling in my solar plexus when I'm thinking a thought of hatred, or I'm thinking something that's not true to who I am and not true to my heart. I feel it. They call it solar plexus right here, like in your gut part. And it's a feeling of, like I said, dis-ease. It just doesn't feel good. And I'm like, okay, my perception that I have right now is not a good perception. And it's not really helping me out right now. And if it's not helping me out, then I'm vibrating. And these negative thoughts that I'm thinking, it makes me vibrate a certain type of energy into the world. And guess what happens? When you start to vibrate that energy into the world, that same energy comes back. You get on that frequency, and since you're on that frequency, everything that happens around you is only things that happen on that frequency. You know what I mean? And so it's really interesting, and I want to say, be easy on yourself though. Be easy on yourself, because if you're choosing this path and you're choosing to become a higher person and a better person, you're going to come up against a lot of things. You're going to come up against a lot of thoughts that you've been programmed to think, and things that you've been conditioned to think, and these perceptions that you have and things like that. Because it's crazy, because we are addicted. We're addicted to our perceptions. We're addicted to our way of thinking. We're addicted to it. It's like, I've been thinking this way. Why not think this way? I've got this far, but it's like, really, how do you feel though? You might have all these material manifestations and things like that, but how do you really feel? You know, how do you really feel about yourself? How do you feel about other people? Because the way you feel about other people is usually the way you feel about yourself. A really great book to look into is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And he talks about having a higher self-esteem or raising your self-esteem like that, and things that you can do. And one of the biggest things is just knowing that you're a divine being, and knowing that you're here for a purpose, and like you're not just another person just walking around on this earth and things like that. You're somebody. Your being here is really important. You really take up time and space in this universe, and because of your thoughts and things like that, you're creating a reality not just for you, but you're creating a reality for everybody else in this world. When you walk into the grocery store and you talk to somebody, you're in their reality now, and you're creating their reality at that time. Whatever you're doing, they're experiencing it in their reality. So it's not just you. It's so important to know it's not just you, that you're just not some little bitty thing. You know what I mean? You have to understand that, dude, you are creating this whole world. This universe really revolves around you. And people don't like to say, oh, you're the center of you. But bro, you only have your perception. You really only have the perception for you. And so that's really just important to know, that you can only perceive for yourself, and you can only vibrate for yourself, and nobody can vibrate for you. And something I do want to talk about is, it's funny because I hear people say like people draining their energy. And I want to just give a breakdown on what helped me out with that, where it's like most of the time nobody can drain my energy, because I'm usually being me, and I'm being authentically me, and I'm just expressing myself. And it's like nobody can really affect me. Nobody can come into my life and change my thoughts. Nobody really can lower your vibration, really. You know what I mean? And the reason why we think people lower our vibration, and why when we are in the midst of some people we do feel a lower vibration, is because of the way that we're perceiving them. Because like, this is the thing right here. If you perceive them as you perceive yourself, you won't lower your energy. You can't lower your energy, because you know you're a good person. You just want to believe that person is a good person too. Like, why not believe that? Why not believe that person is here to help you or something like that? Even in the midst when you feel like they're out to get you. I don't think nobody's out to get you. Nobody can do anything to you, really. Nobody can do anything to you. Nobody can really hurt the essence of you. Nobody can affect the essence of you unless you allow them to. Unless you allow them to have your energy, unless you allow them to take your thoughts, unless you allow them to affect your emotions. But you don't have to allow that. And that's a part of self-mastery and just becoming truly you. And I think this whole talk is just about, how do you become truly you, and how do you be able to discern from your point of view, and not be able to discern from the thoughts that you've been thinking and things like that. And that is it for today. Fantastic, man. That was cool. So this is my first YouTube video in a while, and it's just I've evolved a lot. I don't know if you've seen my other videos. You know, I started story time with Dave Shine. God dang it, I couldn't get it out, but story time with Dave Shine. Okay, I got it right there. But funny, very cool though. But so I'm evolving. I'm getting better. You know what I mean? I'm believing in myself more. I'm building my confidence up, because at first I thought I had to just have to read these stories off and things like that. You know what I mean? To be on YouTube, but it's like, bro, just. It was funny because I was taking a shower not too long ago, and I was like, bro, what do you have to share? And I was like, I have knowledge to share. I have love to share. I have energy to share. I have a lot to share. And I think if we all believe that we have something to share, we have something to give, and it's so important. It's so important that we actually let that out. And so this is me letting it out. This is me sharing, and this is me being authentic and just being me. It's so exciting. So I'll see you guys in the next video, man. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and things like that. And yeah, whatever you feel like. Be easy. Peace. Much love.